You have a burning question about linguistic landscapes you'd like to see answered? The local project team shares their insights in this tutorial series.
Hi, I'm going to share the answer to the question, how do I get younger students to become more aware of the languages around them? Before doing so, let me introduce myself. My name is Mónica and I am a CLIL and EFL teacher at Purificació Salas Xandri School, a primary education school located in Sant Quirze del Vallès, Barcelona. My first experience with linguistic landscapes was last year during COVID lockdown when, as part of the LoCALL Erasmus program, I started teaching about linguistic landscapes to primary education students. My teaching proposal during the COVID lockdown was addressed to students from 11 to 12 years old, and it had to be implemented asynchronously. It implied creating 100% digital material ready to be used and understood with no face-to-face support. How can this be done? How do I get younger students to become more aware of the languages around them in COVID times? It can easily be done by following 7 easy ideas. Now, I'm going to develop each of them. Idea 1. By presenting specific question to be answered. In my case, due to the COVID lockdown, the initial question was, how many languages live in your house? This question called the students' attention and it was asking them to start doing some research. Idea 2. By facilitating brief definitions. Here you can see a simplified definition of what a linguistic landscape is. Another idea that can help students become more aware of the languages around them is by offering clear and short instructions. These are the instructions and tutorials given to help students create their linguistic landscapes at home. Sharing models and examples with the students is important to guarantee that they understand what they have to do. This is why I showed a model of how their digital collage showing the languages that lived in their houses could look. A relevant idea that helps students to be on track and check their productions is to include self-assessment tools and visuals as part of their teaching and learning material. This is an example of the self-assessment tool offered to students. Finding a platform to exchange information and get feedback is very important too. I used Google Classroom, a platform students were used to working with, so it facilitated the learning process. Creating guiding questions for reflection is crucial to check whether your students are achieving the teaching goal. That is, in this case, to be aware of the language that live around them. These guiding questions for reflection can be done by using Google Forms, which is a quick and efficient way to collect data, share results with the students, and analyze the students' answers easily. Here, you can see an example of the students' opinions. Most of the questions were based on what their findings made them feel and think. As you can see, this is a bar graph showing the answers to one of the questions students were asked. The graph shows the languages that were found at home and that most intrigued them. To finish, this last image shows some of the linguistic landscapes created by the students after carrying out their research. The collage helped them to organize their findings, observe them, and finally reflect upon them. Thank you for your attention. Hope this tutorial helps you design teaching and learning proposals for your students to discover linguistic landscapes around them.
Thank you for tuning in. If you have a question you'd like to see answered, please contact us through our website or write an email to localproject@gmail.com.